Hey y'all, I'm back. We're about to do this new moon in Gemini tarot reading. So this new moon in Gemini, it begins, what is that, y'all? It begins at, I believe it's 4:30 in the morning. It starts at 4:30 in the morning. Thank y'all for your patience. I am trying to make this adjustment for y'all. Thank you so guys so much. Okay, hi guys. Anurakti Tarot's back with a new moon in Gemini tarot reading. So this reading is going to be interesting because one part is there is going to be an extended version that is only exclusive to Patreon members. And as you can see below in the description box, I put the first 6 questions that will be answered. And then after that, we have another set of 6 questions that we're going to cover in the extended version for my Patreon members only. And that way we can accommodate everybody, but people do get that exclusive treatment. And with that said, we are going to answer some some more difficult questions in the exclusive Patreon reading. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm grateful for you being here. You could have been anywhere you wanted to be, but you decided to be here with me. So thank you. I'm grateful. I'm having a great time, and I hope all of you guys are also. I'm just going to pour some tea. Y'all go ahead and get comfortable, and I'm going to get started. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go through the questions we're going to be asking in this reading. Just bringing a lot of clarity to what's going on. So if anybody's not familiar with new moons are is a moon cycle that we experience. And during new moons is when you should plant new seeds regarding what you want to manifest on your journey. Like I said, we have to be mindful because during this new moon, we do have a Mercury retrograde. So I like to say, just for people that are into magic also, it's a good time to edit. I feel like it's a really good time to just edit and get more detailed on whatever you've been manifesting. If you've been manifesting financial stability, then you have to be specific. What does that mean? How much money do you feel like you should earn a month or a week, a day? Also, do you want that money to be earned passively? Do you want to work for that money? How exactly are you expecting for that money to come into your life and stay? Also, that is also an important thing to manifest, for the money to stay or for it to stick. Not just manifest money, because you can manifest money and not stay. So that's also something that's important to be mindful of. When we are practicing magic or just manifesting things, if you're trying to manifest the house, it's really, really good like to keep just looking at houses online and see what you like and what you don't like. It doesn't matter if you don't see the house on the market that you don't like. It will appear because you're manifesting it. So it's important to be mindful of that. Like, oh, I won't find it. Okay, you won't then. You won't find the house you want if you keep saying that. Or whatever it could be, or the relationship, or the work, anything like that. And like I said, it is a really good time to work on, like if you are in a relationship, work on how do I strengthen my relationship with my mate and things like that. Where do you guys what do you feel like you guys need to improve in? And if not, you don't always have to work on relationships. But that was just something to bring in also of people, because I do have people that do ask me those questions also. So continuing on. With this new moon in Gemini, we are going to be encouraged to be more courageous and look at our perspective. Like, have a really open perspective about a new way of thinking, maybe even new ways to create money and stability, new ways, new projects, and maybe new ideas for projects. Also, it's important to be open to new possibilities. Ask a lot of questions right now, and also to be inspired. Have brainstorming conversations. Link up with friends and have coffee and tea and really brainstorm together. See what your friends are doing. Like I said, it's a really interesting time. Like, I know finances is something that can be scary to talk about, but it is important because when we're experiencing Mercury retrograde, everybody's tight. I don't care what nobody says. Everybody's experiencing some sort of needing to reel it in or to maybe take a pause. So it's also important to maybe talk about that because maybe your friend has a strategy that you can implement. So that'll create another source of income for, both of y'all. You know what I mean? If your friend has a way that they do something or have a source of income during Mercury retrograde and you get that from them, you just learned a new way to provide for yourself. So it's also important to have those discussions, with trustworthy people and things like that. And like I said, this can be general conversation. It doesn't have to be really detailed. It could be small things here. So let me see what else also. So this new moon is going to be very mental. So be mindful about getting in your head. It's going to be really, really hard, I feel like, with people with strong Virgo placements because we are overthinkers and we really, really get in our heads. I do think that Virgos, they do tend to suffer with mood swings, but it's because of their thoughts. I mean, who doesn't? But I do feel like they just a little bit more because they're always overanalyzing and always keeping their head like kind of on the future and things like that. So for me, I think if you have strong Virgo placements, it's okay to just focus on what you've already been focused on and edit. Just stay there, stay in that little nice home base, and just get more detail. What does every day look like for you if you're living your dream life? What does it smell like, taste like? Who would you be hanging with? Would you be hanging with the same people? Or how would your interactions with them be different? How would the events be different, you know, if you were living your dream life? Or would they be the same? Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into this new moon in Gemini. I really appreciate y'all for your patience. I just want to give people details because people may not know what new moons are. Like I said, that's the first cycle. That's after we've had a full moon. So new moons, again, are times to plant seeds. It is a time to plant new seeds or on a journey, but because of Mercury retrograde, I say it's a time to edit. So those new seeds will be connected to what you've already been manifesting. I don't think it's a good time to manifest something brand new that you've never manifested before, if that makes sense. But if you've been manifesting something for a couple of years, see what I'm saying? I already know. Like, I already know. You know what I'm saying? It's fine, y'all. It's temporary. It's Mercury retrograde. This is a very temporary energy. We won't experience it again until October. That's why it's really good to link up with people and connect, to keep our thoughts positive and stuff like that, or whatever you like to do, whatever works best for you. So the first question we're going to ask, what this new moon has in store for you. So what does this new moon have in store for the collective? Thank you guys for being here. Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters. What does this new moon have in store for you? Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters, can we get one card for what this new moon has in store for you? Teamwork, which is really, really important. I'm telling you, this is really awesome. The reason that the Three of Pentacles is important is because with that Mars placement right now, with that Mars and Jupiter, thank God the Mercury grade is ending, because there can be a lot of arguments because of misunderstandings, because we have an expansion in war, and also because that we're in retrograde. But thank God we have this new moon in Gemini, so to kind of bring clarity and kind of end misunderstandings really, really quickly. So what this new moon has in store for you is definitely maybe working in new groups or collaborating in groups deeper. Also, this is also about being very, very detailed on what you do for work or your craft. So you could definitely be perfecting your work and your skill, making straighter lines, making sure the questions are clearer, maybe even budgeting even more strictly also. So this new moon has in store for you is working together in teams. And it can be simply, so all of that will be connected to working with other people, realizing how other people are important in your journey. Like it's important to understand that everybody else has something to offer also and contribute to that, to your stability. So this new moon in, what this new moon in Gemini has in store for you is work together in teams. So the next card is going to be your energy during this new moon. What is our energy during this new moon? Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters, and Most High. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The name of this song is Destination Unknown. So even if you don't know, that's fine. Like if you don't know, that's completely fine. Just focus on, okay, what makes you feel good? What makes you feel good and that is healthy for you? And focus on that. Okay, this makes me feel good and it's healthy for me, you know. That's all. You don't have to know where you're going. It's fine. My energy during this new moon. You got the Page of Fire. So your energy is that you're going to be hearing a lot of good news and getting a lot of good news. So this is telling me that the Three of Pentacles is actually working. Like it's working during this period, because the way we're able to deliver good news because good things are happening to us and people around us. So that allows for everybody to succeed. You know, because the Three of Pentacles is, like I said, it is a card of finances also. So this is communicating financial stability, communicating and collaborating and getting new ideas on how to provide wealth for families. That is strongly here, especially with the Sun and Air, because the energy that this new moon can be bring you is that maybe you're really focusing on the Sun at this time. The Page of Fire is a very active Sun. He is a man that of some sort of ethnicity. He doesn't have to be, or he's a fire sign. But like I said, this could be a time that during this new moon, if you're a mother or a father, you could be heavily focused on your son at this time. So that may be the energy that you're in the energy that you're really focused on, but it's also saying that that is your energy. So you could be really connected to your youth. You could be really connected to your like your artsy side. You could definitely probably be doing little small projects around the house, you know, just cute projects, really small stuff. I mean, this imagine me of maybe somebody that makes you know, that makes pieces for their house. Like, this can definitely be somebody that makes their own pieces for their house. Small stuff, small projects. I can't think of anything like decorating vases or creating art, or, you know, even making rugs and bed sheets and stuff like that if you know how to sew. So that is something that you could be in. You're definitely in a strong creative energy, but it's also connected to bringing a lot of positive news. So it's really good news for everybody. If anybody's been expecting some good news, it's on the way, you know. But it's in some sort of way, it's connected to working in a team. So what do you need to be open to during this new moon? Spirit guides, angels, and the masters. What message do we? This wants to come out, y'all. I'm gonna take it. I must look, yeah. So this is finding comfort during this difficult time, because, like I said, during retrograde periods, we tend to mourn deaths and divorces more, because they're things that happened to us in the past, and they have a lot of emotions attached to it. So you need to be open to during this moon is keeping maybe positive vibes, keeping really high vibes, being very positive. This also is like not like maybe not being petty and stuff like that because of past disappointments, or maybe because of past experiences with other people, because you could be meeting new people during this time. And I definitely see that Spirit is bringing people together to work together in teams. And what I'm saying that is the fact that with that expansion of war, we could feel very defensive right now, because everybody's in a little bit of a sensitive state. Everybody's feeling some sort of sensitivity right now. And like I said, because we could be mourning some deaths, we could be mourning decisions we made in the past. Even people could have just got out of relationships and stuff like that. You know, a lot of that could be going on. So you need to be open to having really good days. What will make you have a good day? If it's simply a cup of coffee, if it's a dang on donut, had a donut, you know, whatever it is. If eating makes you do that. If hanging with your pets makes you feel good, do that. If hanging with your children makes you feel good, do that. Whatever. If it's playing a sport, like I saw some people, I ain't never seen this either. I ain't never seen people play football on this street before. They was in the middle of the street playing football, and I had never seen nobody playing football on that street like that before. There was some grown people out there throwing the football around. They was really playing. So this is what I'm saying. You could be getting into with some childlike some things you used to do as a kid. Like, what would you do as a kid? Go roller skating or whatever, you know, playing football at the park, barbecuing, listen to old school music, like really doing whatever you want to do. The 6 of victories at the bottom here. So this can also be, so what do you need to be open to during this moon? This can be getting communication from a child in school that they could be, like really liking a major. This can be somebody that's finding their craft. This is somebody that's young, that's finding their purpose. It's like I said, that can be somebody even in high school. This could be somebody that already knows what they want to do with their life. Like, this could be a child that does have a heavy Virgo placement, or this Virgo placement is really prominent in this child's chart. So this kid could already be like really focused on some sort of hobby, and he can make money from it if he isn't already. This is also saying that this may be what this child does do for work. So, you know, this can be somebody young that, you know, started in a craft at a really young age, and it's allowing them to be very successful while they're young. So let's keep going here. Something that wants to manifest during this new moon. So what is something that wants to manifest during this new moon? What is something that wants to manifest during this new moon? The Mother of Earth. Like I'm saying, financial stability. You know, this is all about retirement. This is having ease in your life. You know, you could be somebody that wants some grandchildren here too. Because the Mother of Earth, I mean, she is a grandmother. So if you're a grandmother, you could be manifesting some children. You could be somebody that's, you know, like you could have had your children late in life. And so, you know, your kids could still be kind of young. But you're somebody that has a stability. Like, if this son was to have a kid or something like that, y'all be able to provide for this kid. So this will be another family. Like I said, when I go back to that reading that I did, How Are My Children? This reminds me of that reading, because it was a reading there, you know, about mom that had a young son or whatever. And he had a child. But this was, what was important about that reading was to make sure that the child stays in the family's custody. So if your son is having a kid, it's make sure that the child stays in the custody of that family, because it's just safer. It's safer for that child, is all this is just saying. It's just safer for that child. And maybe everybody's situation may be different, but that reading just came up for a reason. So that may be for, you know, a couple people. That may not be for everybody. But this Mother Earth is definitely, you're manifesting financial stability. You're also manifesting being taken care of. So You could be communicating that. You could also, this is also saying that, so going back to edit, it's definitely important to look over people, to look at their insurances, and to look at their will and investments right now. It's really important to look at, because this is telling me that you've acquired some sort of new, within the past couple months, you've acquired some new assets. You've had to acquire some new assets, or some sort of financial increase, something like that has happened. And maybe it is being used or whatever. Maybe it is something that you're using, but it's just saying that you also need to make sure that you write those things in the will now. I mean, it doesn't matter if you know you're going to be here to 100, but if something happened to you tomorrow, you know, it's just good to have that in detail. Like, who would you like to have what? Where would you like things to go? Like I said, even if you young, like, make sure you put your siblings on your stuff. Make sure, you know, if something happened to you, your siblings know what they get and stuff like that. Like, that's important. That's all it's saying. So you need to be more open. Something that manifests, that wants to manifest during this time, is living a very comfortable elderly age, and also being a grandmother, and also being able to provide for people around you also, and teach them about that. And this can be, you know, you can provide in a much higher way. You know what I mean? This is providing assets to people. This is what the Mother Earth is. It's providing assets to people, teaching them about assets. I didn't ask the question, but I'm going to look at this card, y'all. Because this deck is like that. The Ace of Earth came out. Yeah, for sure. This wants to go right here by her. You know. And that's fine, you know. And if you're somebody that is young and you looking at victories at the bottom. And if you're somebody young that, you know, you like you got a grandmother or somebody that you really like taking care of, you could take care of like multiple grandmothers, you know, and that's fine. This is just saying that that's also something that you try to manifest, is how to bring more stability to that person, and that's good. Like, this could be what drives you. This could be what drives you. If you're a man, you're driven by making sure that you can provide for your wife or your girlfriend and make sure they live a really, really comfortable life. This is also somebody, you're also manifesting slowing down, you know, not having to commute. This is somebody that doesn't drive a lot. You know, that is somebody that gets up and walks, but they're not, you know, they're not out and running around and being busy. This is somebody that's at home. So you're manifesting being at home. So the next question is, how can I focus my attention to bring my desires into reality? 2 cards fell out, and I'm going to take both of them, y'all. You put the Father of Water, very compassionate and loving being. This is a very, very patient father. You know, this is a father that's very creative in how he handles issues with his children. And the Ten of Swords came out in reverse. I'm going to take it in reverse. I am. That is hard. So this is saying, how can I focus my attention to bring my desires into reality? Kind of being compassionate about betraying and backstabbing energy. So how can I focus my attention? You can focus your attention to bring your desires into reality by having compassion for when you see the opposite of what you want. Because if you're seeing the opposite of what you want, that means that what you want exists. That's all I got to say. Because it's always an opposite and equal. So this is, if you're seeing a lot of maybe of what you don't want to what you don't want, then to focus on, okay, that's a sign that I'm going to be seeing what I want then. Also, that is what that's saying with that, because the Ten of Swords in reverse is really hard. That's really hard energy. I'm gonna be honest with you. So this is saying, if you are having to be resourceful at this time, that's good. Like, that's fine. And you're being successful in that also. So you can focus your attention on being more emotionally grounded, like working through negative emotions. This is definitely saying water is a good way to manifest. So you can write on water or talk to your water, like write a very detailed message on your water. It could be an affirmation, I am happy, or it can be something that you're manifesting. I'm so grateful that I've created another form of passive income that makes me, and I like to be detailed with those. I'm very detailed with those. So be as detailed as you want with the amount. And I always like to say, okay, for how long? Do you want to make that for the rest of your life? Or do you know, so it's important to add that also into your manifestations and things that you write down. So it's okay if your manifestations get a little long, like when you're writing them down. That's fine. Because this can be doing a lot of writing too. So you could focus your attention to bring your desires into reality by being more loving, being more compassionate, also being more loving and more compassionate towards seeing the opposite of what you want or what you want to experience, because it's just giving you emotional wisdom. That's all it is. So this is just saying, make sure to focus on being emotionally wise, making sure you take actions that are unifying. Even if people are on 2 different sides and stuff like that, how can we unify? You know, this is like going out to eat with enemies. This is definitely going out to eat with enemies and stuff like that. You know, certain ones, and then ones you want to keep at bay. You know, if they just did something recently, you just keep them at bay kindly. But you just stand your ground, because this is definitely, this people are, whoever that is, they're aware of what they did, so it's fine. It's a good way to handle it. It shows emotional maturity. So what have you released? Let's see. What have you released? Let's see. Spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, and most high. What have you released? The Hierophant. So this can be commitments. I like this too, because what this means, what have you released? This means you've released yourself to some sort of soul school or some sort of wisdom. And this is, like I said, this could be learning a lot about, like, I'm going back to astrotheology. This is reminding me of, that Aries reading. This is a Taurus card though also. But that Taurus reading will remind me of somebody that's already in this, that's already been living kind of this life for a while with this energy. So this is just saying that what have you released? You released yourself to higher levels of commitment. You've also released yourself to some sort of knowledge. Look at that. As soon as I was at the bottom of the deck, y'all. So this is, like I said, this is somebody that's becoming more consciously aware of the world. This is somebody that's learning about universal truths. This is definitely somebody that is omnious, that believes there's truth in all religions, and that they're talking about the same thing, which is the stars, the placement of the stars and the planets. So fate is the placement of the planets. Like, we don't have no control over the placements of the planet. So that's how it affects our reality. That's what we don't have control over. But we do have control over, what we focus on, and our thoughts, our actions that we take, and we can do that. Like I said, that's where magic comes into play and things like that. Or even just if you're somebody manifesting your emotions or visualizations, whatever it is. Pillars of Creation is the name of this song. Pillars of Creation. So however you create in your reality to get what you want, it's just saying that you're having a more you have released to some higher level knowledge that is bringing you more clarity to what is occurring in your life. And a lot of times people that aren't familiar with planetary placements maybe feeling like they're going through something that nobody else is going through. But usually what you're going through, everybody else is going through, because nobody has control over the planetary placements. Nobody does. So that affects everybody. So that's why it's also realizing how deeply connected we are. That's why it's okay if you see something that is opposing, something that is opposite to what you want to experience. Like, this is just saying somebody could live a different life than you. And that's fine. But you and this person are still connected, because y'all both are going through Mercury retrograde right now, and y'all are having to revisit, old toxic feelings, or this can't even be dreaming about like ex-spouses and husbands and stuff like that. This can be dreaming about people like that. This can be, maybe re-experiencing those emotions that you felt when you went through really hard changes and cleansing them out. And that's good. You're becoming emotionally strong and wise. So you are being released to this higher level of knowledge and higher levels of commitment. You could be getting some sort of contracts also. So this emotional healing and this stability that you're manifesting can be coming strictly through contracts. And these are long-term contracts. These are contracts that are 70, 20 years. This is years, at least, 10 years, things like that. So these are very solid commitments. This is higher level knowledge. You could be somebody that's returning to school, or you could be somebody that is in school also. So you could definitely be really releasing yourself to that new life. Like, okay, if this is my major and this is what I'm going to be focusing on, then how will my everyday life be once I have received this? But it is still okay to understand and be joyful and be proud of where you are. Because I did write down on here, celebrate the children, and simply be proud of wherever they are also. So yeah, let's keep going here, y'all. That's where, if you want to watch the rest of this reading, it will be available on Patreon. So you have to go ahead and check out Patreon to get the rest of this reading. The rest of this reading, the other questions that we're going to answer are: what is emerging within me? How can I bring my goals and intentions to fruition? What additional resources are available to me as I manifest my goal? What actions can I take to find alignment? What should I focus on this cycle, and how can I grow? So that's the 6 remaining cards in this layout, and we'll pull some oracle cards. Before we get out of here, I am going to pull, I will pull a couple of these because we did get through this at a really good time. So I'm going to pull a couple oracle for y'all, and then I'm going to pull y'all a prayer card, and I'm going to pull y'all one moonology card. So you pulled intention. So this is just being mindful of what your intentions are. Why are you manifesting what you want to manifest? What's the purpose? Be very, very specific also. Like I always say, make sure that that my this is really hard energy, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is hard energy we are in, and that is fine. We got this. We got this. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, also just be mindful of your intentions. So I always, when you're attracting anything, I have to go back to finances again. So when you are attracting finances, it's just saying to make sure you say whatever you say, whatever's at the end of whatever you're manifesting, make sure you say with no harm done to myself, or with no harm done to none, or myself, because we don't want to cause harm upon people either. So be mindful of, like, you know, that's why it's important to be grateful for, you know, if you do have physical capabilities and strength and stuff like that, like you have mobility, you have all your limbs, so make sure, you know, you're grateful for those things too also, because you do have to be careful with manifestations also. Like, just being mindful of what you're saying, and it all comes from intention. So just being mindful of why we want things. You know, why do you want to be grandmother? Why is that important to you? And things like that. How would it affect the, you know, the person that would have to maybe give that energy to you? Also, you could be somebody that's a little older that's wanting to have a surrogate also. I do see the presence of that here also. So you could definitely be somebody that's you know, you could be looking at adopting. You could definitely be talking to a surrogacy. I'm only gonna put one card, y'all. You could definitely be talking to a I don't know, a place that, you know, does have surrogates, and you could be you know, going to the doctor visits. You could be somebody that's having to take shots, hormones, or something like that also. New moon energy. Magnificence is here. Like I said, magnificence always reminds me of a masterpiece. And a masterpiece usually is something with a lot of detail. So this is just telling me that you being very detailed in your manifestations with your intentions is going to create you know, something that you're very, very happy with. Because Birds of Paradise is all about being very, very creative also. So it's also saying to be open to creative ways that this stability can come in that you never imagined. And also allowing children and everybody else to be creative around you. The light after the darkness. It's over with next week, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's over with next week. The underworld is at the bottom. The sacredness of pausing is that card. And then I'm gonna pull a Moonology card, and then I'm gonna continue on. Like I said, if you want to get the rest of this reading, it will be exclusive on Patreon, so you can go check out Patreon. The link is in the bio. New moon in Gemini. Be bold and make the first move. So like I said, this can be simply like when you're getting invited out or invitations. This is a cardinal moon. This is what this says on there. So that's the first signs also. So this can be, you could just be starting to manifest something, or that what you've been manifesting for a long time is just starting to present itself. So you could just starting to see, like, you know, when you plant something in the garden and you just start to see it pop through the soil, that could be what's occurring here. Be bold to make the first move. It's just saying don't be afraid to take action. Also be bold and ask the universe for it and write it down. Okay, if you're saying you want something, really focus on it and write it down. And what does that look like? How does your life look like every day? If that is what you're feeling connected to manifest, how would it look in your everyday life? So you put observe here. Like I said, if you're experiencing opposing things that you don't want to experience in your reality, like people that just live different lives than you, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just telling you what you want exists. So this is just saying be observant of those and really, you know, get to understand why people do certain things, you know, and it's paying attention to people. And I'm going to pull y'all a prayer card too. So the prayer card you got was solitude. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. Like I was saying, that takes me back to the beginning of the reading when I was saying really working on teams and how working together in teams is going to bring a lot of stability. It's going to bring a lot of peace, but it's also going to help you to manifest these goals. Manifest whatever, these long-term, because these are people that are manifesting something long-term. Whoever you are, like you're manifesting something that you want to stick around for a long time into old age. So this is just saying to be mindful of those relationships that we are, these new experiences, these new relationships we're experiencing, because they do have a lot of they're a part of us manifesting this stability. That's all I'm saying. So thank you guys so much for checking in. If you want to if you would like to continue to watch this, then feel free to check out the Patreon. This will be available exclusively to my Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for checking in. I'm super, super grateful. Many blessings to you and yours. You could have been anywhere you wanted to be, but you decided to be here with me. So thank you to all my new YouTube followers. I really love y'all and I appreciate all y'all support. I'm having a really great time. So like I said, continue to check in, send requests, check out the IG and vote. Again, you want to check out the rest of this reading, we're going to head over to Patreon and have a really good time. Okay? Thank you guys so much. Many blessings to you and yours. What's up, Vibe Tribe? Hey, y'all. Hi, Patreon. How y'all doing? Okay, we're going to get it in. We're going to continue this reading. The new moon in Gemini reading, we're just going to continue. So, yeah, we're just going to go on to card number 7. What is emerging within you during this new moon in Gemini? Spirit guides, angels, and the ascended masters and most high. What is emerging within you during this new moon in Gemini? Okay, we're going to take these. How many? Okay, it's 2, y'all. Ooh, so becoming more powerful. Domination, that always remind me of, like, you know, having to wrestle. Like, that's wrestling, right? So that is definitely, but that's also planning. Being able to really take a hold of your, like, having your goals and stuff written down and really start taking the action and doing the small things. So this is definitely have to do a lot of things with your hands. Like I said, this is a lot of writing. This can be signing a lot of paperwork. This can be reading a lot of contracts and stuff like that. So this can be, like I said, what is emerging within you is how to have more control and kind of dominate, dominate the market, like whatever you do, and also how to be in control. So what is emerging within you is really how to be in a powerful position, but do it in a friendly way. I know this is the title card, but this card is also the 3 of Cups. So this is also being able to have, have control. Like maybe you could be the leader out of your friends. Like that's definitely that kind of energy. So what is emerging within you is how to be a leader and how to lead everybody else around you. But also, this is that 3 of Pentacles energy. This is showing you how you can dominate when you work together as a team. This is what this is telling me. So you and some friends could definitely be looking at doing some franchising or something like that also. Y'all could definitely be looking at a franchise. It looks like a restaurant franchise, or it looks like something that caters more to women, or maybe something that is more of a, just has a feminine element to it. And that's why I said it could be cooking or something like that. It could be a school. So you and some friends could be looking at getting together and doing some sort of really successful franchise or project that's going to bring a lot of stability. This would be something to take care of your kids in old age. I will tell you that. So this would be something that's probably going to create some sort of generational wealth. I know the 10 of Pentacles ain't out, but I don't need it. The Mother of Earth is more than enough, because the Mother of Earth is very well taken care of. Okay, let's keep going. So how can you bring your goals and intentions into fruition? How can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition? 6 of Happiness. That's all about the 6 of Cups. That's been really, really joyful, having a really fun time. Because the thing is that when you finally, look at this, successes over here. Getting over past with failures. Don't worry about if you are facing failures, because you still climbing the mountain. That's like you climbing the mountain. You like, bro, I need a 10-minute break. All right, bro, you ain't failed. All you doing is taking a break. All I'm doing is recalibrating. That's all you doing. So it's fine. Like, accepting your failures is a part of your success. Like, that's good. So what this is saying, you can bring your goals and intentions into fruition by really being in a childlike, happy energy. Being very, very childlike. What made you laugh as a kid? How'd you have fun as a kid? What makes you giddy? Making you're making choices that are making you successful, and it's bringing a lot of emotional fulfillment. So this is just saying, making sure that you're making choices in your everyday life that make you feel happy and giddy and brings you in that childlike energy. Like, you won't be grinding and killing yourself. You know what I mean? If you were when you really living the life you want to, or maybe you would, but it would be in a way that you don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So all this is just saying, how can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition? By being happy, being childlike, being free, having a blast, giggling, laughing, playing with chalk, drawing, playing in the mud, whatever you want to do, going swimming, even playing and being around kids is really, really healthy here. Like, it's really, really healthy. Children would be a huge benefit, and this don't have to be real young kids, but being around children and going to the playground, even golfing is really good, because that brings back playing in the playground or playing in the grass. So you can bring your goals and intentions to fruition by being very, very happy. This is a Scorpio energy, being very, very positive, being smiling, being cheerful, but being in a childlike energy, being able to be very, very innocent. This is also doing a lot of small acts of kindness. So that also is going to help you bring your goals and intentions to fruition, because if you would be doing more small acts of kindness when you have the life that you want, then do that now. Whatever that is. And this can be, if you feel like, I don't mind, like, helping kids and stuff like that. Like, if you're going to be giving your friends' kids that's in college or anything like that. This is just saying that, okay, you could do that now in small ways or whatever. Anything. Even if you want to take care of your folks, like, you can do small things for them. small things for them is very, very helpful. Going to their house and doing their chores and stuff like that is really great. Small acts of kindness is how, and it helps them. It really does help them. So we're gonna keep going here. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goal? And as soon as I said that, we had these other prayer cards sitting over here. So I'm gonna put these up here. So we're gonna pull some more prayer cards, y'all. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goal? Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goal? What additional resources are available to you as you manifest? We're gonna look at this. The Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune always reminds me of planetary placements. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't care nobody say it. And it's good because I just wrote this down on this new book. I just wrote this down too. So this is all about, so first of all, Jupiter rules the zodiac sign Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. But it is also ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet that's all about expansion. It's all about money. It's all about fun. So Jupiter to me is I think that's Sagittarius energy, but it also reminds me of Leo energy. I have to be so honest. I know Leo's ruled by the sun, but it does remind me of Jupiter energy because that is also experiencing abundance, expansion, and friends and things like that. So what additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goal? This can be taking chances on opportunities that you wouldn't usually take, simply taking a chance in yourself, and even if it's scary, this is saying doing it. So what additional resources are available to you? Even if you like to gamble, maybe this is saying it's a good time for you to gamble. If you've always kind of got lucky at gambling, this is saying it might be a good time for you to do that also. Because we do have that retrograde energy, and I do feel like it can be supportive of something that we were good at in the past. So you could take what additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goal. Taking chances, participating in games. This is betting. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This is betting and gambling too. So that can be something. Maybe you're a really good bettor or a really good gambler. Also here, this can be, you know, simply making small bets with people in the family, and it don't have to be with money either. It can be, it can be in a lot of different ways. I bet you a case of beer, or I bet you some sodas, or I bet you, you gotta come clean my house. Something, anything, y'all. I don't know. Y'all feel me? I mean, not clean the house, but anything. I don't know. So what additional resources are available to you at this time? It's taking a chance. Luck is also a really good additional source for you right now. So really believe in luck. Really believe that you will truly be blessed, and that you have some experiences. You have some good fortune that's coming your way. I'll simply tell you that. Because the Wheel of Fortune is also about good fortune. So you might run across a lot of lucky opportunities, and it will be opportunities you never imagined. So it's going to also be open to those. So what actions can you take to find alignment? What actions can we take to find alignment? What actions can we take, Spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, and Most High, it's this one, to find alignment? I'm not going to take that one. That one don't feel good. It's this one. Knowledge. So what actions can you take to find alignment? I mean, like they saying, this is just gaining more knowledge, gaining wisdom. So what action can you take is just to gaining more knowledge, but action wise, maybe actually going and getting a book, or actually listening to a podcast, maybe actually going to the building, or calling the place, or whatever this is that you're trying to manifest. Maybe calling and asking questions, like I said, with that Gemini energy. Taking whatever action you need to gain knowledge. This can be making phone calls. This can definitely be reaching out and asking questions. This could definitely be making sure, just start working with a realtor now, even if you don't see the house that you want. This is definitely saying make sure you work with a realtor now, because this realtor could be teaching you about neighborhoods, just giving you the background knowledge you need so you can make a very, very wise decision here. So you could take actions to find alignment is to make sure you're gaining knowledge by asking questions. And also this is saying if you're running across a lot of lucky opportunities or things you've never done before, that's fine. Just figure out how to do it. Like, it has to be connected to some sort of talent you've already had. So this is saying you definitely have the skills and ability to do it, and it's probably something that's in your natal chart that you're shocked that you're good at. You're going to be shocked that you're good at this. So this is how you can take action to find alignment. What actions can you take to find alignment is gaining more knowledge. So what should you focus on this cycle? Let's see, what should we focus on this cycle, starting this new moon in Gemini? What should you focus on this cycle? What should we focus on this cycle? Spirit guides, angels, and Most High. What should we focus on? Spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, and Most High. What should we focus on this cycle? This wants to come out. Power, maintaining power, which is that domination card. But it's not power for ego. You know, this is power. And the reason I'm saying it, because that sun card kind of wants to come out in reverse before. And that can be ego, but that it can be more than anything, just small successes. So this is just saying, what should you focus on this cycle is maintaining your power, but that maintaining power can be simply by just protecting yourself. It's simple as that, because the Nine of Power is all about protecting yourself. So you can focus on this cycle is to continue to protect yourself, protect your stability, protect your family. This song is called The Voice of Ancestors. So protecting your family in a lot of ways that can come through, like, is what did your folks used to do? And there was a reason why they used to do certain things. So really understanding why did my mama used to do this, why did my grandma used to do this, and understanding how it is beneficial to protecting your family, your homestead, you know, your front line. This is what this is saying. So you should maybe focus on, you know, increasing some sort of safety, or making sure that you you know, that you're able to protect yourself. Maybe making sure the kids know how to protect themselves. Do they know how to fight? Do they know how to use pepper spray? You know, do they know how to protect themselves? Do they know how to run? Do they know how to escape situations? Do they know how to call 911? This can be, you know, life hacks too. So you could be definitely focus on different life hacks, like small little things around the house, finding small ways, solutions in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like the handles on the pot is so you can put the top of the pot in the leaning in there. You know, because we also, where do I put the pot of the top of the pot? You know, it's got that little thing, the little hooks like this. You put the top like that. So finding little life hacks and stuff like that. Finding practical ways to solutions to things. But what should you focus on with this Nine of Power is all about staying in control. And not necessarily, but staying in control sometimes in a passive way also. Like this is saying you don't have to like, you know, respond to everything, or, you know, participate in every conversation. You know, you can jump in and out of conversations. You know, and just to focus on maybe when you need to protect yourself or something like that. So what you should focus on is definitely maintaining power, standing in your power. This is that's a Sagittarius card. So focus on maintaining control and protecting yourself. Also is here. And protecting your travel stuff. So making sure like your passports and stuff like that is in safe places, and maybe making sure that they're up to date also. I did just hear that. Because if you need to escape or something like that, I'm just communicating. Making sure your passport or whatever, you know, you got that. You're prepared to travel, for sure. So how can you grow? How can we grow during this cycle? Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters and Most High. This new moon in Gemini. How can I grow? Okay, let's see. How can I grow? Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters. How can we grow during this new moon in Gemini? Oh, 2 cards came out. You got the Mother of Fire, which is her son. You got the Mother of Fire and the Moon. So how can you grow is by being very loving and very nurturing. But this is being motivated. This is motivating and not dominating. This is why I was saying working in teams. The Ace of Air is here. So really getting some clear communication going on here. Really increasing somebody's IQ. So you could be increasing your child's IQ and giving them a lot of information. And this child is going to love it. This is a huge mother energy and father energy back here. The Father, Air. The Empress, that's mama. That's mama right there. That is the Mother of Fire and the Moon. The reason this card sums her up is because she's taking action on doing something. I'm pretty sure she's creating a basket. I think she's making a basket or something like that here. Or she could just be threading something. I think she's making a basket, y'all. But she's doing something that's going to provide for her family while she's taking care of her family. This is completely what that Mother of Fire and the Moon card is. And I'm going to tell you something. She's going to be teaching this baby how to do this. I won't be surprised if she's teaching this baby right now how to, you know, do small things or whatever. So this is definitely saying that how can you grow is making sure that you giving your kids the same knowledge you have. And this can be, again, about finances with that Mother Earth up there and this Ace of Earth energy or things like that. Maybe even getting ideas from your kids if they have good ideas. And this kid is going to love this. These are, I feel like this is for sons. I have no idea why. But this is definitely, and it could be for females too. I ain't going to count them out like at all. This can be just what they're manifesting. You know, they could be in the element of what their mama is manifesting. And the sons could be the ones that's in the action. You know, that's divine feminine, divine masculine. So your daughter could be in an energy where she already manifesting old age and stability and retirement and stuff like that. So she could just be getting this communication from people around her or, you know, from y'all. Son of Air and Ace of Earth is definitely somebody that's going to be really excited to hear this information. This is somebody that's got their ears wide open and they're going to get this information real quick and they're going to run with it and they're going to be real, real successful with it. So this is just saying how can you grow is to really be, you know, being motivated and taking action, through the unknown, but taking actions that you know are practical, that's gonna keep you on top, that's gonna keep you in leadership positions or supervisory positions and things like that. But it's because you know you really are focused on creating something new in this world, and you're doing it from, you know, the womb. You're doing it from, you know, a very loving in energy. So this is being very, very motivated. This is definitely being motivated, inspiring people around you, putting the spark in their soul and spark in their spirit. This is also being creative, and this is also not being afraid to be different. You know what I mean? The Mother of Fire is very, very attractive. Like, I know these cards are different because the people on these cards do tend to be like their ages are different. You know what I mean? But what I like about this energy is just saying that they show a diversity and beauty also. Like, these are people that are from everywhere, and it really shows that beauty. So you can grow by also honoring. Like, I really feel like this may be for a group of people that has like that finds like strange things beautiful. You could be somebody that thinks like a lot of piercings are beautiful, or a lot of tattoos are beautiful. You could like wear really interesting jewelry. You could just be very, very different than the people around you. And I feel like this is also saying that you can grow by continue to treat that part of yourself. If that's something that makes you feel good or whatever, and then do it. You know what I mean? This definitely reminds me of like people with gold teeth. You know, these would be people that got piercings in their eyebrows. You know, stuff like that. A lot of tattoos, big plug earrings. So you can grow by continue to listen, trust your intuition and trust your emotions, and to know that you are on the right path. But also you could do that by being motivated, staying motivated to your goals. What's going to allow me to stay on top? What's going to allow me to move through the unknown? And it's going to require me to take a lot of action, but it's going to be beneficial. It's going to be beneficial because it's going to bring me the long-term stability I need. So this is just taking the action to bring in that earth energy, to ground it, to bring in, you're taking the action to bring in that long-term stability, whatever you're manifesting, that teamwork. Like I said, I did feel a franchise energy here for sure. And I definitely do feel like I said, these can be, if people are in school right here, this is definitely saying that these are people that are making sure like they reading their syllabus and stuff like that, making sure they reading the works. And this can be teaching them other ways to do hard skills. Like, this is like making sure, you know, people know about like audiobooks and pulling up stuff on YouTube. If it's something they don't understand, and make sure that people know how to go research it and find it out, figure it out on their own, like just from the internet, you know. So you can definitely grow by staying motivated to listen to your intuition and taking actions that help you move through the unknown to happiness. This is also saying you can grow, like I said, with all those piercings and stuff. This is really focusing on beauty. Because the moon card has the hibiscus card on here, which is all about being very, very beautiful. I mean, it has the hibiscus flower on here. It's all about being very, very beautiful, and it's also about being very, very youthful. Elegance. It's elegance. It's also color. Like, so maybe you like to wear a lot of vibrant colors and stuff like that. So hibiscus. That's also love and passion. You know, that's love and passion, sparking the passion in the people around you, your kids, your loved ones, stuff like that. This is also being creative in the bedroom. So this can be, you know, doing something new. It could be something small that you've never done in the bedroom before. Or changing the scenery. That is, I do feel that also. Like changing the sceneries. Also paying attention to how these this new moon affects, how these moon cycles affect your moods. So maybe writing down your moods and paying attention to how you feeling. This is beautiful energy. You are becoming more beautiful, by the way. Whoever's watching this reading, you're becoming more beautiful and more handsome. With the moon and the Mother of Fire. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, let me keep going here. So, like I was saying, making sure your intentions will be ambitious, will help you to fulfill long-term goals. That is also, like I was saying, I think I said that. Retrograde must slow it down, but it's only temporary. I'm going to pull some more of these, y'all. Spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters. What other messages do we have for this new moon in Gemini? Again, thank y'all so much for checking in with Anurakti Tarot, and welcome to Anurakti Tarot's exclusive Patreon channel. So you pulled here homecoming, happiness in our hearts and homes. So you could maybe be expecting some people to come visit. Maybe you have like, you know, people are getting out of school, right, during the summertime. So maybe people are coming back home from school. And you could definitely be expecting to spend time with them. And, you know, it is important for them to have fun. Like, that's really, really important, you know, for them to enjoy this break. And just, you know, continue to make sure they stay motivated. Like, things can be difficult. It can be really, really hard. And these could be people that are, like I said, in school and definitely having to take their time, you know, to be committed to something that's going to take them some years to get through. But it's definitely going to be worth it. So just making sure they stay motivated and they feel like this is ice cream. like candy. This is going to the fair. This is going to the market. Manifestation is here. So like I said, being focus on your intentions on why you want things. And I'm telling y'all, most of this is for y'all house and y'all stability. And making sure, like, being dedicated and really protecting yours. Like I said, being dedicated to whatever your manifestations have been. And also learning about protecting yourself too is important. So making sure that you're continuing to protect yourself, making sure you stand up to date on self-defense, and stuff like that. This can be like taking self-defense classes. This can be buying guns and stuff like that also. And this can be, maybe even teaching your kids about guns. This could definitely be taking kids to the gun range. With this energy like that definitely could be taking kids to the gun range. And with that Wheel of Fortune, because it always reminds me of like a like a revolver or a clip, you know what I'm saying? That's what that reminds me of too, that Wheel of Fortune energy. Just the noise too. So let's see what other messages do we have for this new moon in Gemini. Look at that. Observe came out twice, y'all. So this can be definitely just observing people. These are definitely people that are starting to see auras. Like, a lot of people, auras aren't easy to see, but you could definitely be somebody that's seeing auras, or you're just able to realize why people do certain things and getting more clarity about that, without judging people. Like I said, with that water, that Father of Water, and that Ten of Swords in reverse, that's just saying it's okay for me, people that live in a different life than you, but that does not mean that they don't have, but that just lets you know that what you want exists. That's all I'm saying. So you pull caution here. So being cautious with what we manifest and what we are attracting. Like I said, I will only make edits at this time. I would only be editing what I've only been doing. Fortune cooking is here. Like I said, this is definitely about people that are maybe good at gambling and stuff like that, or experience a lot of luck. But this is also the energy that's helping you. This is that Jupiter and Aries energy with all that red too. It's really helping you to stay motivated to fulfill your goals. And it's also giving you to help stay dedicated to what you've been working on. I'm gonna pull one more of these. I know I pulled too many. And you got clarity. Not really. So getting clarity about, how to continue to manifest your dreams. That's all it's saying. Manifest what you want, being focused, not being distracted, not giving up. Messages. Spirit guides, angels to the masters of the Most High. This one. Scrying, listening to your intuition, like being intuitive, like taking a lot of intuitive action, like doing things and you don't even know why. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. Like, sometimes you could pull up somewhere and be like, why did I even pull up here? And then all of a sudden, it's like, I need to do this anyway. Or, I can go in here and ask this question I've been wanting to ask anyway. Invisibility, like I said, that's all about being able to protect yourself. Being able to make people see you when you want them to see you, and then being able to disappear. Like, that's really important. So, and also just being your authentic self. Being very, very true to who you are. I know that's not easy for everybody. And also inspiring our kids to do the same thing. Like, you be you. It's okay to be different. It is okay to be different. It's okay to not to fit in. Like, that's because you're your own tribe. That's cool. Like, you should be proud of that. Let's keep going here. It's time to take action. That's that, what is that? New moon in Aries. But that is that Jupiter in Aries also. But that's that this is that Queen of Wands energy and that moon energy. So like I said, taking action on your goals, making the plans, but actually following through on them. It's time to release negativity is at the bottom. I did see a lot of positivity here. I didn't see a lot of negativity only from this Father of Water and the Ten of Swords. And that was just because you could be experiencing or seeing other people that are living a different life to you, and it could affect you, but it should, like, you could just be having some sort of perspective about it. It's like, just respect, their life and know that the opposite exists. A fiery climax approaches, so that tells me you could definitely be expecting, to see when we come out of this Mercury retrograde period. I always like to say till June 7th, but anyway, I go through the shadow period too. Show the world the real you. Like I said, it's safe to be you, but like I said, you could definitely be seeing something happen. A lot of positive energy coming in. You could definitely see things starting to move forward. You could definitely just seeing some progression in your goals and your manifestations, like small things. Like if you was waiting to hear back for a promotion, maybe that promotion is finally gonna come through, or that raise. If you've been waiting, like simply somebody, okay, they made it through their first year of college, or, they graduated high school, they graduated middle school. Like, those are successes. They graduated kindergarten. Those are successes that we should be proud of. So maybe there's some celebrations coming up. I mean, it is the summertime, so I won't be surprised. You pull friendship is here. That's the Three of Pentacles energy at the beginning of the reading, and that Three of Cups. So showing your friends how to be strong too, showing your friends how to be in powerful positions, you know, and this is being with friends and being around enemies at the same time, you know. What if this one wants to come out? And inspiration, like I said, inspiring your kids and staying inspired, inspiring our partners, and finding out what inspires us, what keeps us motivated, what keeps us excited, and what keeps us wanting to move forward. Like, you know, it's definitely want to, you know, live the life of our dreams. Okay, what is the life of my dreams? And if I'm already living it, just being grateful for and be grateful for wherever I am now. Being specific matters. Like I said, there's definitely a need to be really, really specific about what you want to manifest. What neighborhood, you know, even if you want your number to be a certain numerology number, because numerology numbers also attract different things to a household. You know, the number 6 is harmony. The number 11 is about ascended masters. The number 5 is about change. So being mindful of, you know, the addresses we pick. So if you want a specific address or number on your house, when you add the numbers and you want to make a certain number, make sure you manifest that also, because if you pick a house with the number 5, you're going to be experiencing a lot of change, okay? You know, things that, so, I mean, everybody does, but I'm just saying if you want something more stable, maybe the number 4 or the number 6. This is when you add all the numbers together, right? And you may get the number 14. So 4 and 1 makes 5. Everything is always gets reduced to a number that stays between 1 and 9. Let's keep going here, y'all. Let me see what else. Messages for new moon and Gemini, spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters. Inspired thoughts. Like I definitely said, you may be getting new ways. You may be getting new ideas how to solve problems you've been dealing with for a while. This can be simply bringing some sort of long-term stability to your family and things like that. And I do see a lot of solutions here, but they come out of working together. Visualization is here. Visualization. So being mindful of what do we want it to look like? What does it smell like? What does it look like? Visualize what your everyday life will look like. Or if you're trying to manifest like a certain dress or hairstyle or outfit, what will you look like with it? Not what does it look like on other people. What does it look like on you? The darkest before dawn. This is just, that came out twice with that owl energy. That's just because we're getting out of this retrograde, y'all. So, you know, how to manifest is here. So I definitely think I'm going to add some more of this as another part of a package too, how to manifest. It's definitely something I'm going to continue to talk about on this channel. And on this Patreon more than anything. Patreon, I'm really grateful for y'all. And I want to show y'all love because I appreciate y'all support. I really do. So I'm going to focus on continue to how we manifest. It's important to write down. Like I said, during this period, it's important to pay attention to where Gemini is in your natal chart. If it's in the first house, that means you will manifest on your appearance. How do you appear to people? How do you want to look to people? Like how do you want people's first impressions of you to be? If it's in your 6th house, then you will focus on what 6th house is about your craft. So how can you communicate better in your craft? How can you be more of a communicator in the community? How can you communicate some sort of service better? If it shows up in, let me think of another house. Let me see. Who else do we have? Oh, the what is that? The 4th house. 4th house is Cancer, right? So if we want to focus on how we communicate to our loved ones and to our family, how can we communicate from a more nurturing energy? So it's important to pay attention to where Gemini is in your natal chart right now while we have this new moon in Gemini for the next day and a half or 2 days, I believe. Because it's going to help you to manifest better or help you, manifest things that are based on this sign, which is more beneficial. So positivity here is going to plant new seeds for wherever they are. Plant new seeds for new communication. Plant new seeds for how to be a better communicator and of service to people. Things like that. So positivity. If you can find even one thing to be grateful for, it will restore you to the light. Please, dear God, let me always feel gratitude for something, even a tiny thing, in even the hardest situations. So being grateful for the birds, being grateful for the butterflies, being grateful for, being around good people, good neighbors, being safe. Like that stuff is important. That stuff is really important to people. And it's important to you. And it's okay to be positive about those things. Like being grateful that your children are safe. Being grateful that you live a fruitful life. Your life is abundant. Being grateful that you can simply take your kids out to eat. Or you could take your girlfriend out to eat. Like that stuff to be good for. Aging is also here. This is also saying, how can I grow? But recognizing that you're becoming more beautiful. Like fine wine, baby. What they said. Yeah. I am one with unlimited love. Beyond seeming restriction of age, I'm filled with joy, energy, and beauty. A vessel for the divine Shakti. Shakti is divine feminine energy. If anybody's not familiar with that, that is kind of like she's the She would come from Indian or Vedic, the Vedic community, which is Indian in the Middle East, or Asia, excuse me, in Asia. So divine Shakti is like their version of Eve, or Lilith, or that's like their Yamaha and Oshun. The divine Shakti is the divine mother. So she's the creator of all, which is that queen of fire and that moon energy. That is the moon. That's love. That's being a mother. That's all about being a mother. Divine Shakti is, whether you're a male or female. So this can be males that are also get more in tune with their emotions. Then can be males that are working through egos and stuff like that, especially if men are aging, because they have to work through that change in their body and things like that. Like, that's hard for them also. We all want to always feel like we're forever young and stuff like that, and we are in spirit, no matter what we look on the outside. Like, you get more beautiful every day. You get more beautiful every day. So I am gonna pull one more prayer card, y'all, because I am being called to by the spirit. So we pulled health here. Like I said, being grateful for our limbs, our arms, like just really feeling blessed. Like, we have so much to be blessed for. While we're manifesting all this, we have so much already, y'all. We have so much. Allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailment I have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. So being friends with our body also, like collaborating and loving on our own bodies and how we look, is that Three of Pentacles energy. Like the small details. I'm grateful for the gray hairs. I'm grateful for a little wrinkle over here. I'm grateful it make me look, these things are beautiful. So at the bottom, we just have patience. I'm going to read it, y'all. I'm going to read it. Excuse me, y'all. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust everything and every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Having patience to know that everything is going to come through. The name of this song is Daydream, so continue to daydream and be really, really positive. All is well. I mean, it's okay to have negative emotions. Like, I agree with that. I don't feel like I think being overly positive can be toxic, because we don't want to be delusional. But that's why I like tarot. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I like tarot, because it keeps me realistic, So I'm so grateful for y'all. Thank you so much for being an exclusive member of Patreon. I'm forever grateful for your support in this journey we're on. Please continue to give me feedback. Check out the IG. I post all the time on the IG. Check out the main Book of Tarot reading website, Anurakti Tarot's website. Check that out if you ever want to book a private reading or just see what Anurakti Tarot offers. Check out the YouTube, because I do drop readings on the YouTube. So the YouTube, I'm thinking for the weekly zodiac readings, I'm just going to make them a little shorter for the YouTube, and the extended versions will be here. So I try to make sure the ones on YouTube aren't any longer than 15 minutes, and then y'all will get the rest of it, just to keep some sort of to keep that exclusivity here. Again, magic, we will be talking more about magic. I talked a little bit about it here. So making sure you're burning candles. Green is for money. Purple is royalty. And purple's also psychic wisdom. Red is passion and lust and travel. Pink is romance. Red is romance, but it's fleeting romance. Pink is more like, it's a little bit longer romance. Lot more stability. It's also beauty. I mean, if you do like the color code candles for your children also, just to make sure they stay protected. I like black and white candles. Black is for protection. White is for purity and things like that. And certain smells too, like eucalyptus is for gold, like attracting gold and stability to your home. So also being mindful that when we pick certain candle flavors, smells, they attract certain things. Vanilla also does attract love and romance. Mint and like lemon balm, that's like that is also money and refresh the mind. So again, I will be getting to deeper details with that on other levels of Patreon. Y'all, I'm grateful. Many blessings to you and yours. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, and thank you so much for joining Anurakti Tarot on this spiritual journey. Thank you.